Welcome. Today we're talking with Jimmy Olevson, President and CEO of National Capital Bank, a community bank serving the Washington, D.C. area since 1889. Wow, that's fantastic, Jimmy. Welcome and thank you for joining us at today's Banker Digest.
No, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Right. All right, well, let's get started. So, Jimmy, looking at the banking landscape, what are the topics and issues that concern you?
Sure. I mean, credit quality and cybersecurity are always going to keep me up at night. I don't, regardless of the economic conditions. But specifically in today's world, it's balancing the need to grow our loan portfolio and just grow as a whole, coupled with the current liquidity and very tough deposit environment. Loan demand remains very strong for us, but we're preserving our capital for our existing clients, and then those new clients who want a full banking relationship, to include the deposit aspect, as opposed to more of a transaction base, which has never been National Capital Bank's plan anyway. We also have a large focus on lowering our efficiency ratio. We need to leverage the technology that the bank has invested in over the last several years. As a reference, given the current liquidity environment, we can only grow the top line so much, which further, emphasizes the need to focus on expense management, of course, and then again further drive down that efficiency ratio and just do more with what we have.
Great. Thank you. So, how have your customers' needs or requirements changed over the years?
I mean, it's a big focus. All things related to technology, which is probably not surprising. Specifically access not only to financial information as as quickly as possible, but also be able to complete transactions in a quick and safe manner. And when I say that, this goes beyond being able to log in on an app and check your balances or do a transfer or do a bill pay from your phone. With companies like Zelle and Venmo being very prominent, there's many more out there, of course, clients just expect everything to happen instantly. And we need to be able to meet or beat those expectations, however, in a very, very cyber secure, safe manner. I'm not looking to have National Capital Bank be the first to market on technology. That's not our plan. That's not our R&D budget. But I do expect to be a fast follower on technology that makes sense for both us and the customer, given the ever-changing needs. Being DC's oldest bank, we need to balance that technology aspect while also still providing that excellent high-touch, personalized customer service. So when people do call me in person, it's not everything's not just automated. It's still having great people behind our brand.
Thank you, Jimmy. With National Capital Bank's long history, which customer segments are you focused on growing?
It's kind of a tough answer because we have been around a while. We have a strong retail deposit base. I would say the expansion is definitely in the C&I, commercial industrial lending right now, with a lean towards government contract asset-based lending, which is more my background. It's the lenders we've hired. They have that background as well. Mm-hmm. Being a community bank, construction lending's always going to be a focus for us. And obviously it can be very profitable, be a great asset if done properly. Our new chief lending officer, newly promoted chief lending officer, he has a strong background in construction lending, and he does just a great job in that arena, not only on the sales side, but management of it and how that churns. And as I mentioned, we do have a strong, loyal consumer deposit base, and we continue trying to offer them products and services that they need, not just on the technology side, but in general. We recently launched the ability to open an account online, consumer account online. That happened a couple months ago. And, we welcome all those that want to come into a branch and open an account or sit with one of our customer service or branch managers or whoever. But we also recognize the need to be able to open an account online on a Wednesday night because your day was packed and you couldn't make it down to Capitol Hill or one of our other locations. So we're definitely, I say, focus on the consumer piece because that is our bank, but we really also need to expand our commercial lending, as we have over the last 6-7 years or so. And that will continue to be a focus for us.
Thank you, Jimmy. With that in mind, how is National Capital Bank working to maintain and build its market presence?
Being the community bank, I mean, our marketing department is essentially everyone in the bank, and we have really excellent people that work here. Financially supporting community and organizations, the nonprofits, from that check writing aspect, that's always going to be a part of who we are and just the right corporate thing to do. But it's also about having our lenders and retail team and deposit team be the face of the bank in the markets in which we serve. That's going out to the events, that's the volunteering, everything that you can imagine when I say be the face of the bank. And it's not just on them. We do have operations and non-client facing people that participate and volunteer at the local 5Ks and 10Ks and the other cleanups that occur. And that's really important, because we don't have the marketing budget of the big banks, and that's also not our style. Our style is the people, and so we do support our people to get out there and be National Capital Bank, everywhere they are. And we'll from a build and maintain the building. There are expansion discussions, of course, of what geographical areas make sense. Obviously, banks of our size and community banks as a whole don't have the model of branches on every single corner, nor do I think we should. But I do think there's value in planting a flag, so to speak, in those communities in which we want to really be a part of. So those are some things we are constantly looking at. But it always comes down to the people. That's for sure.
Great. Jimmy, thank you for spending time with today's Banker Digest and sharing your insights to help us better understand how community banks can build on their strengths of community involvement and deep long-term relationships to continue to meet their customers' banking needs. Again, Jimmy, thank you.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Great. In closing, thank you for joining today's Banker Digest. If you have additional questions for Jimmy, please see the link in his bio.